Hello everyone, and happy Tuesday to you, and welcome to yet another haul on the channel, but one that is a little different than the ones that we've been doing recently. We've been doing a lot of bins hauls lately. I've enjoyed it. It seems you guys have enjoyed it, but I thought today we would just change it up a little bit. So I offered, I think in what sold Sunday, or maybe in Ryan's haul, that I could do an arbitrage haul for you guys if you were interested. I have been, over the past couple weeks, going to a couple different places and arbitraging, and a lot of you did comment and say you did want to see that. If you are wondering what arbitrage is, if you haven't really heard that word in the reselling community, what we consider arbitraging to be is going to consignment stores, maybe going online, and paying up for items definitely more than bins prices. I think some people consider it to be only from online places or retail places. Some consider consignment shopping to be arbitrage, but then when it comes to hauls like this, I also consider regular thrift stores like Unique or regular Goodwills to be arbitrage. Technically, I believe by definition, every single thing that has to do with reselling is arbitrage. I'm pretty sure the actual definition is you buy something that is under market value and you then go to sell it at market value. Reselling in general is just arbitrage, but what I mean by it is consignment stores, regular Goodwills, and online arbitrage. So I do have items from all of those different places, basically. I do have some regular thrift store finds that I've got over the past couple weeks. I went to a couple different Goodwills, didn't have as much luck at those, and then I went to Unique, I think twice, and I found a couple things each time that I went to Unique. I also, of course, do have some Turnstyle finds. Turnstyle is a regular consignment store in our area that I do go to once a week, and I consign a bunch of stuff there that I get at the bins. So of course, while I'm waiting for my stuff to be gone through, I am also perusing the aisles and seeing what they have available. They do have quite a fast turturnaround time of items. I feel like they get new items in very frequently, and they sell off items very quickly. So every week I go, I feel like I see stuff that I didn't see before. So I do I almost buy something, I feel like, every time I go there. And then I actually do have a pile of stuff that is from clothes mentors or other consignment stores, and it's just it's the other category. As we go through these, since they're not bins prices, I am going to tell you what I paid for each of them. If you see me looking down straight ahead of me, that is because I have notes, so I remember basically exactly what I paid for these. I am going to do them by place, so we're going to start with the thrifted items, then we'll do Turnstyle, then we will do basically all the others. Obviously, with these items, they need to be more reliable pieces for me. I don't really pay up for just experimenting like at the bins when I just grab something to give a shot. So a lot of this I have very high confidence in, but we'll get into that as we get into the items. So let's start off with the thrifted items. First up is this pair of Agoldi shorts. These were from a regular Goodwill. Agoldi does very, very well for me. It is definitely a bolo. I would say you need to look up styles for sure if you are considering paying up. Certain styles that I would think do well end up not having very good comps. So Agoldi's a little more hit or miss than some other denim brands. These are size 28. These were only $7. I wouldn't have paid up much for these. 7 is probably close to my max. I'd probably pay 10, but definitely no more than 10. These ones are called the Parker shorts. Really, the thing that sold me on these is I looked them up and they're still on a bunch of websites. This exact style for $168. So why not? As you guys know though, I'm not really trying to get spring and summer, and that's definitely what those are. The next item, and I think actually these first two you guys maybe saw in a thrift with me. So this is an Abercrombie and Fitch blazer. It's a size medium. And this is a very, very light dusty blue color. It's a single button cropped blazer with a textured tweed material. This was $9, which I thought was a great price. Again, I probably wouldn't really pay over 10 for this, but 10 and under I'm definitely confident in. Abercrombie & Fitch just does really, really well for me, especially more substantial pieces, I guess, like jackets, blazers, some of their sweaters, some of their nicer pants. Those will really do well. Maybe not tops, blouses, and stuff like that. And the jeans, I think, have become a little oversaturated, so I don't pick those up as often. So next up, we have this Banana Republic piece. Now, this is the newest Banana Republic label. It's this overlapping BR. This is an extra small super, super, super cute sweater. It's got that kind of like polo, preppy, rugby style collar to it. There's no buttons or anything. It's just like an open V, but this is 100% super soft cashmere, and I love to do my reliable mall brand cashmere. So that's like J. Crew and Taylor and Banana Republic. I love cashmere from all of those. This was only $5. I think because it was a little pilly. I need to still sweater shave this just a little bit more, but I have gotten it almost as good as new. It really was not very pilly at all. So I was like, that is a-okay with me. So that I think was from like 2024 or 25 possibly. So another unique find. This was a really good find. And if you don't know this brand, this is a huge, huge bolo. So this is Arcteryx. And these are some pants. These were $6 at Unique. Now, most of my Unique stuff was a 20% off or 25% off day. So that is why this is so cheap, even though I think the full price was like $9, which I would have paid as well. I don't know the style name or anything for these, but they're kind of like a cargo, like outdoorsy pant. Something like this from Arcteryx doesn't go for as much as, say, like a jacket or coat or something, which, by the way, there's their logo. But anything Arcteryx is definitely worth paying like 10 or under for. I would have definitely paid up even more for those. Those I'd be willing to go up to like 15 or something. Next up, another unique find. These are some We The Free jeans. Nowadays, this is a slightly older label, but it's not like super old. These are new with tags. And these originally were $78, so they're not the most substantial Free People jeans, but I thought these were quite cute. They're just a flared kind of classic jean. They're a very like baggy, soft jean. After the discount, I ended up getting these for $5, so they were like $6.99 or something full price. I don't know why, and Unique does this all the time. Most of their stuff is super overpriced, and then there's randomly stuff that's like really underpriced with no explanation. I assume the Unique employee thought that these were not originally distressed like they are, because they've got some like heel chew to them, but that is absolutely how these came. So I don't know if that's why they marked them down. I guess that's the only thing I can think of. But you know what? I'll take it. Since this is a more like not as interesting or trendy style, again, it's not something I would have paid a ton more for, but like $5 for new tags, no question. Another Unique find. So this is Heartloom. Heartloom throwback. If you were around this channel in like 2022, 2021 era, Heartloom was actually on my top 10 brands to sell of all time list for one of those years, because I could just flip it so fast, so easy. It was sold a lot of times at Evereve, at Anthro, lots of places. They had cute styles, and then it just totally fell off. But this is a super, super cute piece by them. This is the first time I picked up a Heartloom piece in forever. It's this double-breasted tweed kind of multicolor blazer. This is a size small, and once again, I believe this was Evereve and Anthropologie, so this was like no question, especially because it was $9.99, so I got it for $8. I thought that was a steal. Totally excited about that. I would do that, no questions asked. Next up, I think from the same Unique trip, I found this pair of Madewell pants. These are the perfect vintage flare pant, and they are a size 27. And these are some corduroy brown flared pants, so they're super 70s, super, super cute. They look great with like cowboy boots or something. I think these are adorable. There's not much Madewell that I would get anywhere but the bins, but something like this is a definite yes. So these ended up being 10 after the discount. And again, I would say that's probably about the maximum I would spend on these. So they just, by the skin of their teeth, made it into my cart, I guess. I'm confident that these will do good. It's just such a trendy, cute style, and it's like perfect for fall. Next up, I think this is one of my most recent finds of everything that I'm going to be showing you guys today, and that is this Free People Movement piece. So here is the Free People Movement label. Free People Movement is a weird brand, I feel like, when it comes to reselling. I'd say at least 50% of it is super hard to sell for me. Like, I cannot get likes, I can't mark it down and get sales, I can't get offers, no attention. It does awful. And then there's this like 25% of it that is like super sought after pieces that go for a lot. The comps are great, they sell super fast. When I found this and looked it up, this definitely appeared to be the latter. So this is a really cute, it's called like Rocky Ridge Sherpa jacket. They come in a bunch of different prints. This actually seemed like a more rare print. It almost reminds me of like a sailboat. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be, but that's just like it's like one of those tests, like an ink blot test. If this was my ink blot test, I'd be like, I see a sailboat, I see flowers, and I see a lake. Anyways, this was $14. It was at Goodwill. It was full price, no discounts. I was a little weary because of it being Free People Movement, but again, looking it up, I gained some confidence. And so I listed this for $70, which was actually like a bit lower than other people had this style listed at. And Susan already popped in and snatched this up. I think I had it listed for 24 hours and it had, I think, 7 or 8 likes, but Susan was like, it's mine. So you guys will see that on the upcoming What Sold Sunday. Okay, we've got a couple more thrift finds, literally just 2. And these are actually the newest 2 because they even have their tags still from Unique. This is a new one to write down, and I have a feeling a lot of you won't know this, mainly because I did not know this. I'd never heard of this before. So this was $11.29, and after discount, it was about like $9 at Unique. This was a brand called Jade. And it just looked kind of like an expensive label. Then I felt the dress and I was like, oh, this is like a really high quality silk. So I really wanted to look into it and figure out what this was. I was having a really hard time finding out what this brand was. There was this tag, which is just like 100% silk. It's just the fabric contents and the cleaning instructions. No indication of a brand or anything that this could be linked to. So I reverse image searched it on Google, and this is a Johnny Was label, which I think is so odd. So I don't know like what it is for Johnny Was, like if it's their new silk line, if it's kind of like a Hawaiian line, I don't really know. But Jade by Johnny Was is a new one to know. I wish on the fabric contents tag they would at least just put like johnnywas.com or something like that. But I'm really excited about this. People have this listed for like $225. It's super nice silk and it is very pretty. So I was super happy to find that. And my last thrifted item is a Daydreamer piece. I rarely find Daydreamer, and it usually does quite well for me. They're known obviously for like graphic band tees and such. This was $6.50, so I got it for about $5.50 after the discount. And it is a The Who sweatshirt that is really cute. They just make really nice graphic sweatshirts and tees. They're oversized, they're just nice washes. They have quite a following. Free People sells them a lot if you don't know about Daydreamer, and I basically pick it up anytime I obviously wouldn't pay up too much for that, but I pick it up almost anytime I see it because it's usually not priced too high. That would retail for like $100. So good to know. Okay, moving on to Turnstyle. And some of these I got on a sale day, some of them I didn't. I will just let you guys know what I paid for them, but just know some of these might be slightly discounted. So I have 2 pair of shoes from Turnstyle. My first pair might look kind of familiar because I actually found these in brown at the bins like a couple weeks back. And these are some Blundstones. So Blundstone is another big bolo to know if you don't know it. Here's another look at the logo. Oh, I almost thought the other ones were still in here, but I think they're in the storage unit already. It's funny, but these ones are a size 8, and the other ones I found are also a size 8, and they are the exact same style. So that is fantastic. These retail for like $300. Blundstone is very expensive and very well known. It definitely has quite a following. So these I paid, this was some kind of discount. I got them for $32, which is totally worth it. Listing them at $100. They should go for close to $100. This is a brand that I don't often pay too much for, but this style is so cute and just so perfect for this fall. So these boots are actually by Dolce Vita. You can kind of see it right there. You can also see an original retail sticker right there that these were $175 new. I think these are called like the Viola or something like that. These I think were also at Anthro. They were also at Evereve. It's really good to do some research into Evereve brands because there's a lot of brands that do cross over with Anthro, but then they do have some that like only they sell. Like even sometimes cut from the cloth jeans can be sold there. It's just, it's good to know what they sell, but they do sell Dolce Vita sometimes, and these are some that they did sell, I believe. These were on a discount of around like 25%, and I got them for $25, which I know is a little high for Dolce Vita since it's kind of hit or miss. I just think the style is great, and again, they retailed for $175. It's kind of hard to argue with that. So these are very similar pieces. Again, Turnstyle. We've got some of the Anthropologie boxer shorts. So these are supposed to be worn as either sleep shorts or like short shorts. They are new with tags, and these retailed for, I think it says 38. These are an XL. But this is a very big trend right now, boxer style shorts. They actually do even have pockets to them. This one's actually a collaboration with Emily Isabella, as you can see there. These were like $6 at Turnstyle. So especially because they're new with tags, I thought that was totally worth it. It's skiers, so these should do good even if they don't sell until winter. And then I found another pair, and these ones actually have the A for Anthro at the front. These are also XL, and these are also new with tags, and they also retailed for $38, but these ones are not an artist collab, they are just lobsters. Next up from Turnstyle, we've got a super cute pair of pants that I kind of wanted to keep, but I just know I won't wear them enough to justify it. So we've got the new Banana Republic label once again. These are size 8. These are actually new with tag pants that retailed for $170. These are so cute. They are pleat wool wide leg trouser pants, but like a very stylish, cute version. I love these. The material is so nice. These were $16 after a discount. I thought that was totally worth it. I know there's probably a lot of people that wouldn't pay that much for Banana Republic to resell. I really love nice Banana Republic like this. For me, it was like no question. I didn't even like think about it. I was like, okay. This is a brand I have not paid up for in a long time. So this is a Patagonia piece. It's a woman's size large. And this is a super cute, basically chore coat. I forget what they actually call it at Patagonia, but it's basically a chore coat style or barn coat, whatever you want to call it. It is a really nice kind of grayish slate blue. It's a size large, so it's a good size. It's just super trendy. It also was only $16 after a discount, and I thought that was more than fair. I expect something like this with this type of style to be able to go, honestly, like close-ish to $100, maybe like $75 or something. This is one of my latest finds as well. This is from this past week at Turnstyle, and I am so excited to have found these. So these are Free People, We the Free. This is the newest denim label, size 28, and I have had these in a different wash before. They are a drawstring barrel leg jean. I know that there's the Good Luck jean, which is Free People's kind of like most popular barrel leg, but that is not what these are. These are called the Moxie. That's what I thought they were. Sure enough, later I realized there is a new tag on them, and it says the Moxie barrel leg. These are super cute. The print or pattern is called like railroad tracks or railway something, because it's that kind of pinstriping. These are gonna do so good. These retail for like $168. I got them for $25. And like, again, not even a lick of hesitation. I was like, yes, all day, every day, any day. Okay, and my last Turnstyle find is this really stunning shacket coat fully plaid in a really fun colorway, the red, white, and kind of like cream color. It's got the big shacket buttons. It's got 2 pockets up at the front, and it has a hood that's actually Sherpa lined, so it's very utilitarian too. It would keep you warm. This is by Sundance, size medium. I had seen this full price at Turnstyle for a couple weeks, and I was so close to just paying the full price. But I did end up getting this for $32, so I think it was like $40 full price. So substantial, so nice, and so great for the season. I am so happy that this actually stuck around at Turnstyle until the sale day. Okay, so let's get into the others. And we're gonna start off with my one pair of shoes. This is a pair of Prada shoes, and these were actually online arbitrage for me. These are some Prada Y2K early 2000s kind of square-toed slingback mules. They've got a decently high heel, which is actually kind of coming back in right now, but they have all this laser cut trim detail to them. They also have this fun little like fringy detail at the front and these cutouts. These are so like trendy right now, especially in the brown. I paid $85 total for these, and I feel like that's totally worth it. These should do super well. Any vintage, trendy Prada shoes I have become my most watched items on eBay fast. I have a couple pair, and I'm talking they have like 50 watchers or something on eBay. I don't know why no one will buy them, but they do really well on Posh too. Next up, we've got some jeans by Snacks. Which, if you don't know, Snacks is actually a line of mother jeans. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's just their trendier styles. I don't really know. It says Snacks, made in LA from Mother, even though Snacks is kind of cut off there. These I paid up a little bit for. So they're size 29, and they are called the Funnel Sneak in the color Cold Brew. I don't know about you guys, but my cold brews are not normally indigo blue. They're usually brown. But apparently this is cold brew. These are some really, really wide leg, super cute jeans. I honestly, like, if these would fit me better, I'd maybe keep these. They're so cute, they're high rise, and these were sold at Anthro. I think they retail for close to $300, and they were $68, which I know, that's pretty steep, but it kind of fits into my whole vibe of like paying up probably like too much, but they should probably sell really quick. And I mean, some Mother jeans can go for almost $200 pre-owned. So I'm hoping to get at least $150 for those. I actually have another pair of Mothers. Don't worry though, this is not all jeans and denim. I'm gonna rapid fire some Pistolas right at the end. I kept them all separate. We're gonna do everything else first. So these are Mother, once again, a wide leg, really trendy, cute jean. These ones were cheaper, but I actually kind of regret these ones more. So these are regular line Mother. There is the label. They are the high-waisted spinner zip heel, which is so odd because there is no zip. Obviously that's just a style of some kind, but they're called the zip heel. To me, that's really confusing. I almost didn't even want to put it in my title. Also, the wash is called Norway Dude. Norway Dude. I don't really know why. These are size 27, and the reason I regret these a little bit more is because these had some heel wear. I think somebody had walked on them a little. It's not that bad. Like, it's really, really not that bad. And if you wear them, like, who cares? It's probably gonna happen anyways, and if not, it's not that noticeable. If I had seen that before, I probably wouldn't have got them. I paid $35, so again, cheaper, and I still know that I will be able to sell them. I probably should have looked a little closer. Next up are some Hudsons. These are Hudson size 26, and these are the Jody in the wash Olympia. They're from 2024. Again, wide leg, cute, dark wash jeans. These ones are raw hem. What I really liked about these is this back pocket detail. They have these like flap button back pockets. I feel like the belt loops are really like prominent, and I just kind of like that detail. So these cost $30. which for Hudson, that probably sounds like a lot for some people, but Hudson can go for quite a bit, especially if it's at Anthro, at Evereve, all that good stuff. Next up is not a pair of jeans. This is a sweater by Alex Mill, size small. I will say Alex Mill is usually not really worth paying up for. It is expensive retail, but I probably wouldn't pay up for too many pieces of theirs. I had just sold that Donegal cardigan. It had been my most liked item by far in my Posh, so I was like, let me hunt out something that's kind of similar. So this was an online arbitrage situation. I ended up getting this for $33. It's a little high in relation to like what I should be paying for something like this, but I think it'll flip within like this season for decent money, so it's okay. 65% merino wool, 30% nylon, 5% alpaca. It's just a nice cable knit, speckly sweater. It's got buttons on the side. I don't think this will do as good as the cardigan one, but I do still think this will do well, and it should probably sell for like, I don't know, hopefully 70, 75 or something like that. Then another sweater. This one, though, is by Ulla Johnson, and it is a super, super cute crochet ruffly sweater. I believe this is like from her handmade line or something, which I think all crochet is technically handmade. But it's got kind of like wide to slim sleeves that you probably cuff up. I just love these like granny style crochet ruffles on this. This does not have a size, but I believe it's her P size, which means it's extra small. It also doesn't have a fabrics tag in it. This was $49, which was like kind of no questions asked once again for me. I love selling Ulla stuff. I personally love the style of Ulla Johnson items. I just think it's so unique and cute. Next up is one that I don't think will go super, super fast, but it was a really good price, I feel. So this is Reformation. This is a size small, and it is a pinstripe, kind of slimmer fit, longer blazer in this nice gray color. Feminine kind of suiting like this has been really in lately, so I feel like this should do well. Also, I think this was maybe still full price on their website. I got this for $51, which the full price is like $300 or $400. So I think that's a great price. At some point, it should sell for really good money. This one I'm really excited about. This is probably going to take a while just because it needs the right person who's probably going to an event, but this was such a good deal. I found this sparkly sequin maxi ruffly tiered open front dress. It's kind of hard to see in this video, but it has floral print under like the sequins, or within, I guess, the sequins, kind of like hibiscus purple flowers. And this is by Hutch, which a lot of times is Anthro, but this one actually is from Beholden, which if you do not know is Anthro's wedding shop. This is a size medium. This cost me $22 and it retailed for $400. So that's a steal. Again, this is not something that would sell overnight or even like very quickly, but it will at some point when someone needs a dress like this for an event. It matches a colorway to something they're going to. It will go for a lot. So I'm excited about that. This one, a lot of people would probably think I paid too much for, but I don't think so. I love this sweatshirt. If this was more like my style, I would be keeping this. So this is by The Great, which is one of my favorite brands to sell. I love their stuff. Size 2, which I believe is a medium in the Great sizing. This is a pullover, kind of chevron, sort of herringbone kind of printed sweatshirt. It's kind of got a fuzzy, like fleece fabric material to it. It's got these kind of like puffy cuff details, and it button, kind of hook buttons at the front. So this cost me $78, which for something from The Great, that's a little high, but this is like really, really, really hard to find. I think I could only find like 1 or 2 sold comps. It has gorgeous model pictures. It's this fun, like mid-century modern, like 70s style setup. So cute. I have confidence. I think 78 is fine. I am going to list it higher than a lot of people would probably list stuff from The Great, and I really think that it'll do well. Okay, we're getting there, folks. So we have 1 pair of pants, 2 pair of non-Pistola jeans, and then I'm gonna rapid fire the Pistolas, just in case anyone wants to see the styles that I pick up. This is Faraday, another one of my favorite brands. Size 4. These honestly almost look like those Banana Republic pants. These are, once again, some like relaxed wide leg trousers. They're gray, super, super cute. Again, I might have paid a little too much for these. These pants were $28, which I don't feel is crazy, but I don't know. Faraday, I feel like Faraday is like slowing down a little in its resale, and I think I'm in denial. I don't think I'm able to admit that to myself. Like, where Nation, I can kind of come to terms with. Faraday, I'm like, no. Everybody loves Faraday. Faraday sells so well. Like, what are you talking about? I love Faraday. Anyways, so my next pair of jeans is Paige. These are size 31. These are the Sasha, which is a great style of Paige. Super wide leg, super cute. These are actually new with tags, which really sold me on them, but I would have probably picked them up even if they weren't. These were $32, which I think is totally worth it. Paige jeans all retail for like $300. So new with tags, super trendy, of course. And then another pair of Paige, size 31 once again. Kind of similar, but a slightly different style. These are called the Anessa. They are a cutoff raw hem ankle length jean. These ones were $30 from the same location. So that is... they're probably $2 cheaper because they're not new with tags. Okay, so that's it for that stuff. For those that want to see Pistolas, let's do this really quick. For those that don't, have a good night. Pistola, size 24. This is the Alice skirt. I'm not going to say prices on these. Everything from Pistola, I'm willing to pay. Now it's like $32 or less. And I only will pay $32 for certain styles. This being one of those styles. Pistola size 31. This is the Lexi jean. I do have a lot of these memorized at this point. The Lexi jean is a bowed semi-barrel leg. These are the ones that do the best for me. So I, like, no questions asked, will pay up for the Lexi. This, I believe, is called the Turner. This is Pistola size 26. These are light wash, and these are also a barrel style. These are kind of like an ankle length, a little more croppy, whereas the Lexi is a full 30 inches. I might as well work at Pistola at this point because I have all this stuff memorized. I'm gonna have all the style numbers, all the inseams, everything. So next up is another Pistola, size 27. And these are the Charlie high-rise straight classic. The Charlie also comes in a cropped form, but this is, I think, the normal. I think that's why it says classic. These ones I wouldn't pay like $32 for, but I would definitely pay probably like $25 or less because the Charlie is still sold at all the places that I'm always talking about. This is a style that I do like a lot more. This is a Pistola pair that is a size 30, and these are the Lana jean, if I'm not mistaken. So the Lana jean is a really, really wide leg. I think it's their like widest style. These, I noticed when I got home, have these kind of speckles on them, which is kind of a bummer. I think I paid like $28 for these ones. I was like, Jack, why don't you pay attention? But I don't feel like it's that easy to notice if you wore them. And also, like, it almost just looks like a flaw in the dyeing process, which it honestly could be. I have no clue. It's only on the front and it's only at the bottom, unless she was walking through a puddle of bleach. Splashing around in a puddle of bleach. Next up, Pistola size 30. These are also the Lana. And this is probably like my favorite wash of the Lana. This one I would like definitely pay $32 for. Super cute, ultra wide, dark wash, really nice denim. I need to do like cabbie shows, but with Pistola. I'll come into your house. I don't know, what do they do? Do they, at those things where they'll like Mary Kay and Cabbie, the like in-home shows, like do they feed you? Or do you like drink wine? I don't really know. Pistola size 29. This I think is also a pair of Lana. These might be Lana crop. It's kind of like they have a handful of different styles and each style has its own like crop version. I think that's what that is. This is a pair of the Charlies. These are like chewed, but I think that's really cute. I don't always like to get raw hem. I know this is factory done and I just kind of like the kind of asymmetrical chomp look of it. These are size 25. So those, again, I'd probably only pay like 25 at the most for those. Okay, we got 3 left. I'm doing this as fast as I can. Pistola size 29. These are probably the Lana again. The Lana and the Lexi are like my 2 go-tos. Or is this my favorite wash of the Lana? Maybe. I love this one. These I'd probably keep if they were like a 31. They're not. It's a bummer. These are super, super cute. This, size 30, is a pair... Oh, this one. I think this is another style of the Turner. No, this is like the Eli. This was a new one that I don't think I had ever tried, but it's another barrel. They call it, this is like called the Arched jean, and I'm like, they must have made that name before barrel was a thing. These are super cute. Again, I think every single pair of these was sold at least at Anthro and most of them at Evereve. Last up, Pistola size 29, and these are the Lana wide leg, and they're in ecru, so they're beige white. They're eggshell color. Hey, but if I'm selling, for all of you rolling your eyes, I see you. If I'm every What's Sold Sunday selling like 3 or 4 of these for like $75 to $90, how can you be mad that I hunt them out like a freaking fiend? I need like a radar somehow that like scans the entire internet and scans every single local consignment store around me. How do we get AI to do that? Anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today. I think this was kind of fun to do a arbitrage and correct your English, Jack, an arbitrage thrift haul or an arbitrage sourcing haul. So let me know what you guys think or thought. Do you want to keep seeing these? Of course, I don't arbitrage continuously, so it's kind of like a once a month thing I can do probably. But let me know if you want to see more in the future. Coming up Thursday is going to be a bins haul once again, and Sunday is a regular What's Sold Sunday. By the way, to the Valentines, today is going to be a new Valentine video, or was. I don't know what's going up first. There's a new Valentine video today. Look for that if you didn't see it. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know your favorite couple things that you saw that I found, and let me know some things that were big mistakes on my part. What do you think? Was there anything that you're like, really? Like, am I going to regret any of this in the future? Let me know, and I will see you guys when you choose to see me next. Goodbye.